Do you find yourself constantly overwhelmed, saying yes when you really want to say no? Meet Elara, a talented designer drowning in obligations, sacrificing her dreams. Discover how one pivotal moment changed everything. This is a story about reclaiming your time, setting boundaries, and unlocking your true potential by learning the transformative power of saying no. Elara was known for her kindness and talent as a graphic designer. Her home office was a cozy, chaotic haven where creativity thrived, but so did the never-ending requests. Each day, her phone buzzed with new demands, and Elara, with her heart too big to refuse, always said yes. Friends needed, logos, clients wanted, endless revisions, and community events needed organizers. Elara was always there, saying yes to everyone but herself. Her own dream, an illustrated children's book, gathered dust under a mountain of obligations. One morning, a glimmer of hope arrived. Elara landed the biggest opportunity of her career, designing a cover for a best-selling author. The catch? A very tight deadline that demanded her full attention. That same afternoon, her cousin called with a request for quick wedding invitations. Elara felt the familiar pull of obligation, and without thinking, said yes again, adding another layer to her already overwhelming workload. Days turned into sleepless nights. As Elara juggled the book cover and the wedding invitations, her energy waned, her creativity faltered, and the quality of her work began to suffer under the weight of her commitments. The book cover looked unfinished. The invitations were behind schedule, and Elara felt like she was failing everyone, including herself. The stress was piling up higher than the stacks of paper on her desk. One sleepless night. At 3 a.m., Elara stared at her computer screen, tears blurring her vision. In that moment of quiet desperation, she realized a profound truth. Every yes to others was a no to herself. The endless cycle of saying yes wasn't helping anyone, least of all her. She was sacrificing her health, her passion, and her own well-being on the altar of other people's needs. The next morning, with a mix of trepidation and determination, Elara made a call. "I am so sorry, but I have to say, no. I cannot do your invitations," she told her cousin, her heart pounding in her chest. Silence hung in the air, thick with unspoken expectations. Elara braced herself for disappointment or anger, but instead her cousin simply said, "Okay, I understand. Thanks for letting me know." Relief washed over Elara like a cool wave, lifting the heavy burden from her shoulders. It was as if a weight had been lifted, replaced by a newfound sense of freedom. Freed from the extra task, Elara poured all her energy into the book cover. She worked with renewed focus and passion, rediscovering the joy she had almost lost. The designs flowed effortlessly, the colors sang, and the characters danced across the page. It was as if saying no had unlocked a hidden wellspring of creativity within her. Elara finished the book cover on time, exceeding her own expectations. She sent it off, filled with a sense of accomplishment she hadn't felt in a long time. The author loved the cover, praising Elara's creativity and attention to detail. The project became a resounding success, opening doors to new opportunities. That day, Elara learned a valuable lesson. Saying no isn't selfish. It's an act of self-care, a way of protecting her time, energy, and well-being. Saying no is the key that unlocks the door to a more focused and fulfilling yes. A yes to her passions, her health, and her own happiness. From then on, Elara began choosing her commitments with care. She understood that valuing her own time and energy made her a better designer, a better friend, and a better person. She said no to projects that didn't align with her values, no to clients who demanded unreasonable revisions, and no to commitments that drained her energy. Saying no became her superpower, allowing her to say a resounding yes to the things that truly mattered. She spent more time on her passion project, the illustrated children's book, breathing life into the characters and crafting a story that resonated with her soul. The book became a labor of love, a testament to the power of saying no and the importance of nurturing one's own dreams. Elara also made time for self-care, taking long walks in nature, practicing yoga, and spending quality time with loved ones. She learned to set boundaries, protecting her time and energy, and prioritizing her own well-being. She said yes to adventures, yes to new experiences, and yes to the things that brought her joy and fulfillment. Elara's life transformed. She was no longer drowning in commitments, but thriving in a life of purpose, passion, and joy. Saying no was her new power, a gift she gave herself, and it changed her life in ways she never imagined. She realized that by saying no to the things that drained her, she was saying yes to a life filled with purpose, passion, and joy. And so, Elara lived happily ever after, not because she said yes to everything, but because she learned the power of saying no to create a life that truly mattered.